Hey guys, in this video I will be showing you how to build a transformerless power supply. Yes, you will find a lot of videos that will show you how to build this circuit and how dangerous it is. But I will tell you the in-depth working of the circuit and why it is considered so dangerous. And I'll also tell you the ways to make it a little safer. So it is not really a scare piece actually. If used right, it is going to do its job very perfectly. So as you all know, or maybe you don't know, that having a transformerless power supply is very essential and useful unit. So for those who like to play with low power DC circuits, or say like to build all those flashy circuits by using LEDs and everything, for LED bulbs and everything, stuff like that. So let me tell you that it is 5 times cheaper of a normal transformer based power supply. It's lightweight and compact, and the best of all, it's really very easy to build. So let us quickly jump into the construction of this circuit. But first, let me show you the working of this circuit and that it actually works on a simulation software here. So I've built this circuit real fast here, and as you can see here, we have this AC voltmeter where we are getting approximately 9 point volts of AC because of this capacitor. This is a X-rated capacitor that is connected in series with the phase line here, which is going to drop the voltage. Here we are going to get 6 volts of DC as output, and which is because of this Zener diode we have connected here. It is going to act like a voltage regulator. Without it, we are going to get 20.7 volts DC. So in short, it is going to act as a voltage regulator here. And this thing which you can see, BR1, is going to convert the AC voltage into DC, which we require. So here I have a 0 PCB board. We are going to connect this resistor and capacitor in parallel. This is a X-rated capacitor which will drop the AC voltage from 220 to somewhat low voltage. Leader resistance that we are going to connect, make sure you use it in 1 watt because it won't get damaged. It is called as a bleeder resistance, and it will discharge the capacitor when the circuit is in off state, because it's very dangerous if the capacitor remains charged. Then you'll get a nice voltage in your this thing. Anyways, so here is a bridge rectifier. If you don't know how to build a bridge rectifier, then I'll be making a video over it, and you will soon find it on my channel. Probably while you're watching this, it's already there, and just search for the bridge rectifier video and you'll find it. So it's really very simple to build. You just have to connect the negative and positives properly and make a square like thing, and you have 4 points. Let us use easy language. Let us call it the upper corner, right corner, left corner, and bottom corner. So just solder the compounds right, and it will look like this once it's done. So as you can see, now the upper corner is to be connected to the inside edge of the capacitor. Just solder it correctly. If you don't know how to solder, then I'll be making a video on that too, and you'll find it on my channel. Now we are going to connect a capacitor, 1000 microfarad capacitor, which is going to cancel or remove the ripple from the output waves. As you can see, the shorter leg is the negative leg and the longer leg is the positive leg, and which is going to be connected to the right side, right corner of the bridge rectifier, the positive leg. Just solder it right. The negative leg is going to go to ground, and next is the 100 ohm resistor. which we are going to connect positive of the 1000 microfarad capacitor, and the other leg of which we are going to connect to a diode here. The diode, I'll show you. The black end where you'll see this black part is the negative part of the diode, which you have to connect to the resistors loose end, or which we haven't connected. I'm using a very simple language so that you can understand. Okay, so take a closer look at it. Let me tell you that do not replace the X-rated capacitor with a normal capacitor, because that is going to blow or burn the capacitor. And because this X-rated capacitor is a special type of capacitor, it is non-connected any way you want. It is ceramic, and yes, this circuit which this circuit diagram which I have given you is not really a safer one. So you can always connect a 1 ampere fuse before the capacitor. So if larger current flows through the circuit, then it will just disconnect it. Anyway, we are just connecting a 1 kilo ohm resistor, which you can use in quarter watt, and after that you will connect the one end of the 1 kilo ohm resistor with the end of the diode, and the other end will go to the positive leg of the indicator LED, and the negative leg of the indicator LED is going to go to the ground line. So how to know the positive and negative leg of the LED is that the shorter leg is always negative. If our the load that we are going to connect is not going to require 25 milliamperes of current, then the Zener diode will shunt the excess current to ground. I will all the working of all these little components in another video. You can go to my channel and watch it. It's really easy, really simple. Here we are going to connect another 100 ohm resistor, which you have to use in 1 watt, which will go to the AC line. That's the ground line, which will come from the left corner of the bridge capacitor. And so you're going to get DC voltage between the right corner of the bridge rectifier and the left corner of the bridge rectifier, and you are going to give input AC voltage to the top and bottom. It's really very simple. If your X-rated capacitor fails, because in such case your load will be directly subjected to AC current, and that is going to surely cause fire or something. But as I told you before, you can always connect a fuse to make this circuit a little safer. You can use a 1 ampere fuse before the capacitor, the X-rated capacitor. Here we are going to make a ground line. For that you have to strip a wire, use a bare wire to make a long ground line where all the points you will be connecting, all the points that are to be connected to the ground will be connected. Here just do what I just did, take a bare wire and solder it to the board. Just connect all the points that are to be connected to the ground. And yes, use a proper casing for this circuit. Don't touch the circuit while it is on. It's a very good thing. Yes, I recommend using a fuse before the X-rated capacitor, as I already told you. So this is yes, if you want a higher current or higher voltage, you can always replace the capacitor with a different value, the X-rated capacitor with a different value. Yes, it is available in different values. The one which we have used here is 474K, which will give us 25 milliamperes of current. So that's all for today. Join me if you like this video. We'll be playing with very simple but interesting, easy to build circuits. And thank you for watching.